Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to dive into generics of Java. We'll start with introduction to generics, then cover the conventional naming for generic type parameters. From there, we'll look at how generics can be used in classes, interface, and method. Finally, we'll explore more advanced topics like bounded type parameters, multiple type parameters, wildcards, and bounded wildcard. Let's get started. What are generics? Generics allow us to use placeholders for types inside classes, interface, and methods. They make code reusable and type safe. Imagine you're packing items into boxes for storage. If each box could hold only one specific item like shoes, like books, like clothes, so you need a separate box for each type of items. This would be limiting and insufficient. Generics in Java are like flexible reusable boxes. Instead of having a different box for every single type of item, you have one box template where you can label the type of item it holds like books or shoes. The box itself is the same, but what it holds can change based on your needs. This is exactly what generics allows you to do in Java. By using generic, you can create flexible templates in your code that can work with any type of data, making it both versatile and type safe. Now that we know generics are placeholders, they help improve both reusability and type safety in our code. Let's talk about the naming conventions for generic type parameters. In Java, certain single letter identifiers are commonly used to represent specific types of parameters. For example, T stands for type and is a general purpose placeholder. It is commonly used when generic type doesn't represent a specific role but is used for flexibility in a class or method. Let's say you have a class called storage box that takes a type parameter. This type could be string, integer, character, or any other class. Since the type isn't specific, we use T as generic identifier. Second, E. This stands for element and is typically used in collections to represent individual elements within a collection. Example, list of elements or set of elements. E indicates that the collection holds a specific type of element. K and V. They represent key and value and are mostly used in maps. Example, map of key, comma, value might represent a collection where K is type of keys and V is type of values. This would be written as map angular bracket within that K, comma, V. Next, R. This stands for result and is sometimes used to represent return type in functional interfaces or generic types that process data and return a result. Finally, we have question mark, which is wildcard. The question mark is a wildcard that represents an unknown type. It is used when exact type isn't known, adding flexibility. Example, list of elements. We know E is of elements, but when we use question mark, it allows for a list of any type without specifying the exact type in advance. Now that we have covered the naming conventions for generic type parameters, let's look at how to use these conventions in generic classes, interfaces, and methods, as well as in bounded type parameters, multiple type parameters, wildcards, and bounded wildcards. Let's dive into the code examples to see these in action.